Aloha! Welcome again. I'm excited to be sharing these informations with you. I'm grateful that you're here, that you're listening to my voice right now. We are on for a very wonderful and exciting chapter. Actually, one of my favorite ways of working with energies and higher vibrations is asking for support from the higher realms. Now, I'm personally a lover of angel in physical form myself, and I love to work with the angels, but you don't have to. If you like angels and if you want to work with them, this is your chapter, and you use it this way. If you don't like angels and you don't believe in angels, which many of my friends feel that way, and I totally love them, and I love you for it, it's fine too. Because, we are calling in help from the higher realms. And the higher realms don't need to be defined in somewhat a physical form, or some defined form. It actually is about asking for help and how to ask. And when you ask, this comes in. So now you can be asking, just so you know where we're going, you can be asking your ancestors, your power animals. You can be asking extraterrestrials. You can be asking just energies, but I'll tell you specifically how to do that, because we don't want to just simply ask into the ethers. We want to ask what kind of energies we want. So that would be beneficial energies that are supported and coming from the light, and are also, light energies. So that's what you want to call for. You can call your ascended masters that are working with you. You can ask your guardian angels, any ideal being that you feel connected to or that you would like to work with. Yeah. It can even be figures that have lived on the planet and that have already left their body. You can ask their energy, their spirit body to come to support you. Yeah. Some people have heroes that they really love, so you can call that in. Yeah. Okay. Now, what are we doing with this and where are we going? Okay. We protected our energy field, then we recharged it, and now we want to be useful in the world. We want to be a beneficial presence in the world. And we also want to really be successful at what we do, right? So let's say you are a mother and you have children. You want to be the best mother that you can be. Or you're a father and you have children, same thing. Or you have a certain profession, you're a seamstress or you're a teacher, or whatever you are, a mechanic, you want to be the best at what you do, right? Now, you come to this planet not only as yourself, and many of us know that. You come to this planet with the perfect support system and support field that you need for this life. And lots of that information that you need comes in through your intuition, in your sleep, or through your meditation. So that's where you get lots of information on how to do things. So if you're an artist, you're very tuned into that, because that's where you're receiving your information. But even if you're an engineer, there is a reason why you do what you're doing, and you gain your information and your insights from these higher realms. Now, not only do you gain information from there, you can actually ask for direct help with projects, with endeavors that are lined out, because we are here in the physical form working through the physical field, but we are supported by energies and energy beings and the divine realm altogether. Okay. Now, what happens if you have all that support team with you and you don't call on them? Do you think they can work with you? It so happens that the free will always needs to be maintained. Yeah. This is a rule, just like gravity is a rule. If I hold a cup up and I let it go, it'll fall down. And here's the rule about asking. You need to word it. You need to literally ask for help. Otherwise, you don't get the help. No? And I have many people that say, you know what, I'm strong, I have a great intention, and I'm going to get this done. And I ask them, well, do you ask for support? We're like, what do you mean? And that's where it gets stuck. Well, if you want to become excellent at what you're doing and go beyond mediocrity and go beyond what other people do, call in that extra support and it'll happen. Obviously, we call in all the time, but we don't call consciously. So often we say, oh no, I can't believe this is happening. I hope this is not happening. I don't want him to do this or that. Now you're calling, you're making a wish. You're not aware that you're making a wish. And if you talk about what you don't want, you're actually calling in the things you don't want. Now, most people call in more of what we don't want than what they really want. And it's because we're not conscious that we're actually working with invisible beings and energies. I want you to become aware of that right now. And then become aware of how you ask. Okay? So when you have a project going on, let's say a simple project, we have, a vacation coming up and we want that vacation to be really special. It's maybe not the perfect example, but just go with me. Take whatever example you want. We have a vacation coming up. We want that vacation to go perfectly. There's people involved. There is logistics involved. There's money involved. There's time involved. We want the perfect vacation rental. We want the perfect rental car. We want it to be available at the time we want it. We want to get along with the friends we're going with. We want to meet the people that we're supposed to meet. Yeah? So all of that we want to happen. And this you can apply in a work endeavor, in a work environment. You can apply it to your, leisure time, to your hobbies. You want it to work perfectly, and there's lots of things involved. Now, here's what you do. First of all, you center yourself. You ground. We know that already, and I'm glad you're on and you know that. Now, ground together. Inhale. Exhale through your roots and your perineum. A few more times. Inhale and exhale. And as you're grounding, become aware that you're using the next advanced tool in accelerating your success, your health, your joy, your love, your abundance, your peace, all of the good qualities you really want to experience more and more in your life, and you want other people to experience those. Now go into a space of anticipation, positive anticipation, much like a child who knows when Christmas comes, there will be presents under the tree. Just know there's so much available for you. I have an anticipation of goodness is at hand. Now from that feeling quality that you have right now, your inner feeling quality of I have, that is the important feeling quality when you ask anybody. When you ask in the physical world for somebody to do something for you, just as much when you ask in the spirit world. You want to be in a feeling of, I'm going to get what I want. Okay? Now go with me and think of something at this moment that you really want to have happen in your life. Take a few moments. Okay. And now call on the beings that you believe in or that you really want to work with. And if you believe in angels, you say, I'm calling on the angel that can support me in this wish right now. If you believe in the universe as a beneficial force, as a life force, you call universe. Please support me that this comes true right now, what I'm going to state now. Call upon whoever you want to call on right now. Good. And now you state your wish. You say, please, and I'm going to go with my vacation idea. Please bring the best people in this vacation to me that I'm supposed to meet. Make everybody be absolutely in their highest and best selves. Let our family and everybody who's with me in this vacation experience the highest and best with these people. And let God shine through these people so that we actually get better and more out of this meeting than we could possibly imagine. It helps us to further our personal and global growth. the next thing I'm going to say, please bring the most perfect vacation rental where we feel super comfortable, where we have everything we need and more, and it is better than we could have imagined. And make it affordable to the perfect price that we actually want to pay and can pay. Bring us the best car, bring us a better car than I could have ordered. When I'm ordering a car, let it be upgraded naturally, because we want to drive and we get to drive in the best car on our vacation. Bring positive surprises. I would like positive surprises to have throughout the day. Let us have peace, joy, beauty, love. Let us experience all these divine qualities in this vacation to a degree that we are fulfilled to overflow every day. And when we come home, we feel more full than we could possibly be, and it'll last for the rest of the time until we go again. This, now here's an important thing that comes in, please listen. This or something better I'm asking for right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, with all of that, what I just said, you will take your time and you will bring in your wishes, okay? You can write them down. Write down, this is how I would like my meeting with my boss look like. This is how I'd like my next profession be. This is how I'd like my relationship to be, okay? And I want you to do it in 5 minutes or less. Do it in a really crunch time so you can think. Write it down and then you state it. Now, what you just did is you called upon your support and then you stated the wish, and you stated very, very high up there. You heard I stated really high up there. Okay. Later in the next chapter, you'll even hear more of how we go higher with that and why. But right now, we went like to the optimum that we could imagine. And the reason why we do that is it probably won't come optimal. There's always interferences on this earth plane. There's an interference, for example, negative thought that comes in. There could be an interference of I don't believe it really, subconsciously. There could be an interference of other people not believing in me. And these interferences, they kind of negate our wish and they work against it. So we have to be aware of that. It's just very practical. It's just like you swim in the river and you swim with the stream, and then you turn around and swim against the stream, and then the stream takes you a little bit back and you swim more. So there's always a little bit of a back and forth. That is natural. That doesn't mean your wishes aren't good, or it doesn't mean your helpers aren't there to help you. It just means that you have to work with what we have to deal with on the physical plane, okay? So that's why we're stating really high. And if your brain is like my brain, it's very judgmental and it knows it all better and it says that doesn't work, then don't allow it to say, well, it's not going to work, and you're painting a picture that's way too rosy. No, you're going to tell your brain, I'm painting the picture very rosy because I already know that reality will kind of counterbalance it a little bit, and I want it beautiful, okay? So in order to get it beautiful, I need to create it and ask for more than beautiful, okay? Here we go. Now, this is how you create your reality and how you ask for help. So you ask from a feeling of I have it, and you create that inside of yourself. And then you ask specifically what you want, and then you say this or better. Now that's a very important point. Why do you say this or better? Because, oftentimes we think we want something. Once we get it, we really don't like it, or we notice it's actually not good for us. And that's why you say this or better. Yeah? So that really your guides that know more and that have more overview can bring you what you really need. Okay? Now, if you work with angels or if you work with higher guides, you also know that they're always for you, and they can only fulfill what is in the highest and best for everyone involved. So you cannot say, please, make my neighbor's car's tire blow up. It's not going to work. Yeah. Or you can say something negative about somebody or something that's only good for you. It has to be something that's beneficial for everyone involved. And this is also why I like it. and why you are going to be a beneficial presence for everyone if you ask more. Because many people, they think they can't ask, or they feel unworthy to ask because they feel they're taking away from the world or from other people. If you are like that, I can congratulate you for being here in this chapter, because if you ask for yourself, it will be beneficial for other people. Everything you ask from the divine realm is good for you and for everyone involved. So let you be the person who asks more. Let you be the person who wants to show up more. Let you be the person who wants that perfect car for them in their vacation, and know that because you're asking for it, there's like 500 other people that get that vibration that you're sending out, which is a vibration of worthiness, which is a vibration of yes, we can, which is a vibration of beauty, and they benefit from it. Okay? So don't hesitate to doing that. Okay. Now, why is it so important to ask for the support from the higher realms? Why do we not do it by ourselves? One, of course, is, you would need to do it by yourself. You know, if you're alone, you don't get the best results. But there's one other important factor that's way more important than just your results, and that's your ego. Eventually, you want your ego to melt. You don't want your ego to run the show, do you? Because if our ego runs the show, the ego is all about division. It's about being against each other, better than other person, or worse than another person. It really is the one factor that keeps us away from enlightenment, from really realizing our divine nature. Yeah? But our ego runs the show if we think we can do it ourselves. And our humanity has really a virus that runs amok between us that says, I'm doing it myself. I'm better than the other people, or never mind, I don't want to ask them. We create a division on a daily basis. And this is your first step in embarking on this boat of unity, of togetherness, of yes, we're doing it together, by asking for help. That asking melts your ego. You have to go over your own resistance of asking. And you also say this or better. Because you say this or better, you're actually allowing something higher than yourself, something better, to flow into your life and take over your life, which is really the death of ego. Okay? Now, in the next chapter, we'll talk about how you really manifest in a very physical way, how you really, utilize all of what we learned in these chapters so far to bring about even better results. Okay? And I want you to practice the asking right now with your higher guides. Do your protection shield every morning and every evening. Do it in between when you need it. Recharge your body, recharge, so you're full and overflowing. And start asking more and more. Ask for the parking place. Ask for your child to have a beautiful experience at school, or meet somebody they need to meet. Ask for that piano teacher to show up. Ask for a cappuccino to be served to you just out of the blue. Ask for the sun to shine in your heart so bright that somebody will actually comment on it. They will say to you, you look like the shining sun yourself. Ask for fun things. Ask for practical things that are useful. Ask. And in the next chapter, we take it to the next level. I can't wait to be there with you. Lots of love. Aloha.